if we were white women, would you have approached us the way that you have? Lisa turns to Dan and says, what is your say in this? Dan says, I have nothing to say. And then Lisa proceeds to say, well then, call off the dogs. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new around here, welcome. We're gonna get right into this ridiculous story. To tell the whole story, I have to start from the very beginning. My apartment flooded over the holidays. It was a totally scary, unfortunate situation, and I didn't need what was going to happen next during the Christmas break. I was in Georgia at the time, and so when I returned, I had nowhere to go because I had all this wet boxes full of stuff and clothes and shoes, and my couch was ruined and everything was just ruined pretty much. I lost so much stuff, and so I had nowhere to stay that wasn't moldy and nasty, right? What happened was I ended up staying with Dan, my boyfriend, for a bit so that I can get myself settled and back into my apartment, which now everything is okay. I'm back in a new apartment, and I'll share with you guys a decoration video of me decorating this new apartment, but that'll be in a later video at another time. So I was doing my laundry with my mom, who was helping me at the time at Dan's apartment complex. And the way that it's set up is the laundry room is separate from his actual apartment complex, like building area. So you have to go like downstairs to get to the laundry room, right? So I'm in the laundry room minding my own business, listening to headphones, watching a YouTube video like the one you're watching now, when a woman comes in, a white woman, and her name is Lisa, which I later learned. She comes in with her two dogs and she says, hello. So I say hi politely and I wave, and she kind of like backs up and leaves the room. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I continue to listen and watch my YouTube video. So then Lisa goes to the restroom area, which is like a little bit outside of the laundry room. And she says to my mom, who happens to be there washing her hands, she goes like, you live here? So my mom says, yes. So then she says, where? And my mom points in the direction of where we were staying and says, over there. And she says, are you a guest or visiting someone? That's what Lisa says. By this point, my mom comes back in the laundry room and I still have the headphones in my ears watching the YouTube video, but I can still kind of hear what they're talking about. She says to my mom, who are you the guest of? And my mom says, why are you asking me all of these questions? Lisa goes on to explain to my mom that she's on the home association board, and so she has a right to ask us these questions. Then my mom asked her, so you know everyone who lives in this building? And Lisa says, oh, so you want to pull the race card? So me and my mom say, you said that, not us. And so then Lisa says, okay, I'm going to call the police on both of you for trespassing. So then Lisa proceeds to leave the room, and my mom and I are stuck in the laundry room looking at each other like, this is so ridiculous and insane. Then I get on the phone and I say, Dan, who is still in the apartment, his apartment at this time while we're down in the laundry room. I say, Dan, there's a situation going on. There's a woman here who's claiming that we're trespassing. He goes, what? And she's threatening to call the police on us. He says again, what? And I say, I think you should come down here. So then Dan comes down. She says, are these your guests? He says, yes. She says, we're claiming, she's saying, like me and my mom, right? She's saying they're claiming that I'm being a racist. In other words, she's saying that we're claiming that she's being a racist. And my mom interrupts and says, no, that is not the case. Because remember what I just said. She is the one who said that we were pulling the race card. So then my mom stands up and she asks her straight up, if we were white women, would you have approached us the way that you have? So then Lisa turns to Dan and says, "What is your say in this?" Dan says, "I have nothing to say." And then Lisa proceeds to say, "Well then, call off the dogs." So just like that, Dan says, "The dogs?" Let me just break here. My interpretation of this "call off the dogs" comment is that she's telling Dan, in other words, put these two in their place. These dogs, put them in their place. Back to the story. Then she gets all flustered and she's like, "No, I didn't mean to. And we're looking at her like, "You knew exactly what you meant. You said exactly what you said." So then later she goes to Dan and she's like, "Can I speak with you privately?" So they go out in the hallway close to where the bathroom is, and I'm kind of listening in to hear what they're saying. And she says, "I'm not a racist person. I have friends of all colors." Okay. And he just simply asked her, "Please tell me you did not call the police." She says, "That's besides the point." He says, "That is the point." And so at that point, I go out into the hallway where they are, right? And Lisa gets on her phone and she's highly upset. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Hey. You see, I was trying to tell her, let's go talk to him. I understand how you feel. Yeah. But I want you to do something. Tomorrow through the board members say, "Hey, this is not good."
Another gentleman ended up coming down into the place and he was like, "What is going on?" This gentleman tried to calm her down and he talked to Dan and the lady, Lisa, and eventually she just kind of just went about her way up in the elevator and went somewhere. I don't know where she went. After this whole altercation, or as she called it, an altercation, because it really wasn't, it was just her being ridiculous and racist. Dan, my mom, and I were talking about it and we were just saying like, how absurd this is, how absolutely ridiculous this was. And she came back into the same laundry room, pretended like she was getting a Coke or a soda or whatever. And she just gives Dan this look. And another thing that Dan mentioned to me was that she was saying that, or there was some kind of security risk or something. Now tell me this, guys. How is it a security risk with us just sitting there doing our laundry? What are we doing that's so risky and scary for you other than sitting here minding our own business? In the end, the elder gentleman that came down and talked to us said that the board is aware of the situation and they're very disappointed in how she acted and all of this stuff, and the police did not actually arrive.
I told him the thing, and you know what he said? She should apologize. At least he did. He's been in this room 35 years, and he said, "This is the camera. She did that. Really? Oh, good. Wrong. I'm just letting y'all know that I think if she brings this up with other board people, they're going to say, "Lisa, you must know." I think she had a little heart. It still hurts. It still happens.
Yeah.
And, but I'm just letting y'all know that right off the bat, just talking to the seasoned former board member, he said, he just, "I can't believe she did that." No, right. I can't do that. No, that's wrong. I think people in the building would say, Lisa, you lost it. You lost it. Yeah. Okay.
It's so unfortunate that these things happen and that it could have been a lot worse, and that Black people literally are killed over senseless situations like these. And so this Black History Month, and every month, every day, please, 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 people, I don't care what color you are. You have no right to ask people things like this just because someone's existence makes you feel uncomfortable, which it shouldn't in the first place. I have no right to ask someone where they live, who they stay with, who they're a guest of, because it doesn't only put me in danger, it puts the person that I am staying with at risk, because I'm telling all this information or would have told all of this information to a complete stranger. So she had no right to ask me that, or my mom, any of these absurd questions, and the way she approached us was completely rude and disrespectful. All this goes to say, I'm glad we were okay. It is a situation in which it could have been a lot worse and we could have been harmed. I think if the police were actually on the scene when this went down, they would not have taken my side at all. They probably wouldn't have even heard me out. And then Lord knows what could have happened. If you enjoy my story times, or even if you can relate to anything that I said in this video, I just want to say, just please be kind to people. Don't go around being like this woman. Do not go around trying to intimidate people for your own benefit or be racist. It's not cool. It's not right. And we shouldn't be living this way. Just treat people with kindness and respect and like a human being. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.